What you'll need is teal fabric, stuffing, ruffled trim, fabric glue, glue gun, scissors, ballpoint pins, gold ribbon, ruler, and a pen that I forgot to mention. Go ahead and lay out your fabric and make sure it's folded so it's 2 layers. Then go ahead and measure out the size you'll like it to be. Afterwards, pin both layers of fabric together about 1 inch below your lines. Once it's all been pinned all around, go ahead and cut your square out. You should have something like this, but we're going to set it to the side. Meanwhile, take your ruffled trim and tape down one end to keep it in place. You're going to make about 4 dots of hot glue at a time, and place the gold ribbon on top and smooth it out. Simply continue doing this until you get to the end of the trim, so you can then have something like this. Now, grab your square again and begin to unpin it. Take one of the layers off and set it to the side. Take your trim and pin it down on the bottom to the fabric along with the top. Also, make sure to start 1 inch away from the edge of the fabric. Then, snip off the excess. Continue doing this all the way down until you're 1 inch away from the edge on the other side. Now, you're going to begin to unpin 1 strip at a time and you're going to hot glue it down. Once you've hot glued all the strips, grab the other sheet of fabric and place it on top of the strips. Then start to pin 1 inch away from the edges all around. You can then remove about 2 pins so you're left with an opening like so. Now, you can either use fabric glue, but it does take like an hour to dry, or you can use hot glue and you can start to glue the sides together, but make sure you don't glue the opening part. Once you're done with the gluing, begin to remove all the pins, and go to the open part and start to turn it inside out. Make sure you poke out those corners right. Now, with small portions at a time, begin to stuff your pillow. And to close that open part, just simply apply hot glue and pinch it close. And there you have it, a ruffled square pillow. What you'll need is beige fabric, stuffing, yellow felt, glue gun, fabric glue, ballpoint pins, scissors, nylon thread, 1 needle, silver sequins, large jewels, pearls, pen, and a ruler. And just like the first one, lay out your fabrics so it's 2 layers. Then measure out your rectangle and pin both fabrics together. Then cut it out. Since there's no ruffles involved this time, we can go straight to gluing. In this case, I went with fabric glue. With the fabric glue, I applied it in small sections and smoothed it out. Don't forget to leave that opening part. Once the glue has dried, go ahead and remove the pins and then start to turn it inside out. Now let's lay this to the side. For decoration, I'm going to make some flowers out of felt. Take a small circular object and trace it out. These small circles is what's going to be the petals of the flowers. You can make either 4 or 5 circles per flower, but I went with 5 each. Now take your time and start to cut out the circles. Now take your nylon thread and needle. I'm using black thread for video purposes so you're able to see what I'm doing. Take one of the circles and fold it in half. On one of the bottom corners, thread through and create a double loop. Then simply weave the needle straight across and slide it all the way down. Take another circle and fold it in half as well, and weave the needle and thread straight across the bottom and slide it down. Continue doing this until you have at least all 4 or 5 circles done. If you did 5 like me, you'll have something like this. Then take your needle and connect both ends together like so. Now take the thread and gently start to pull on it. It should then naturally begin to gather and ruffle. Now it looks more like a flower, right? Once it's been all pulled, hold it down and double loop and knot to hold the flower in place. You can either leave it like this or thread close the middle opening if you like. Snip off any of the excess thread. Don't worry about the thread showing up like this because you'll be using nylon thread, which is clear. To decorate the center, you can use whatever, jewels, buttons, or pearls. I did 10 for my pillow, and some are actually smaller. Now grab the fabric and start to lay out the flowers the way you like. After you decide what you want, go ahead and hot glue them down. With the empty space I have, I wanted to do a sequence design. All I did was lay out the sequence out on how I wanted it to be. Then I hot glued each individual one down. Now that it's all done, go ahead and begin to stuff it, and then hot glue shut the opening part. And that's it, that's my rectangle shaped pillow. What you'll need is silver fabric, stuffing, a large circular object, glue gun, fabric glue, lace trim, scissors, ballpoint pens, silver glitter buttons, pen, and a ruler. Repeat the same steps and have 2 layers of fabric. I'm using the top of a pot to trace out the circle, but you can also use a plate if you want. After it's been traced, pin both layers together. Once it's pinned, go ahead and cut the circle out. Then, using a glue gun or fabric glue, glue both layers together. And like always, leave an opening. Once the glue has dried, go ahead and remove the pins and then turn it inside out. This shape is a bit more difficult to lay flat, so what I did was flatten it out and I taped it down. Now take the lace trim and apply a little section of hot glue an inch away from the edge. And place the bottom end of the lace on top of the glue and start to scrunch it up. Press very lightly because you don't want to burn your fingers with the hot glue. You're going to continue to glue the lace around into a spiral until you get to the middle. I added glitter buttons as decoration to the centerpiece. There's so many things you can do to add to the middle, like rhinestones, jewels, or even a brooch. Afterwards, just add the stuffing and glue shut the opening. And there it is, my circle lacy ruffled pillow. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and thumbs up or comment if there's any questions, and click to watch my last video if you haven't already. Have a good day and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.